Good Monday morning. It's a Loudoun weather outlook for February 10th, 2025, and we're going to focus mainly on the snow event for tomorrow. I would not be surprised if either we get turned to a warning or even a winter weather advisory for the amount of snow we're going to get, because the amount of snow is over a long period of time. Now, the GFS and the European are two different models and two different amounts of snow. If the GFS were to come true, we'd be in warning level. If the European is to come true, we'll be in winter weather advisory criteria, and I think that's why we have not been upgraded or changed, but that should probably happen around midday today. Warnings are probably likely, but I wouldn't be surprised if an advisory gets issued. Here we are. This little disturbance down here, which I think plays a lot of key on bringing the cold air further south, which is why, one, we're seeing snow, and two, why I think southern areas of us are going to see more snow than over top of us. That moves on out, and as much as that didn't seem like much, it did kick the 540 line down south. Now, it's not as far south as it once was, so that is something to note there. Here comes a disturbance. It comes along. We get into the snow. This will be around 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and the snow will really kick in. See that really heavy stuff, this darker purple here, is south of us. We're up here in Loudoun, and I'll show close in here very soon. And then that kicks on east, and it kind of snows for a while now. The European is not going to show this, but the GFS shows that we get some additional snow from this follow-up wave. I don't know if that's going to come true. Probably some icing, possibly right at the start, but this should go over and rain because the low is going to be west of us, bring up warmer air, and that's going to not cause it to snow from the second system, probably. We'll have to see. I mean, it's hard to concentrate on that. We're dealing with what's in front of us. All right. So that's over the next time period. What does that look like closer in? Going to do this really quick. Here we are up in Loudoun, Virginia here. And again, this goes, tomorrow morning, and then the afternoon is when the snow will kick in. You see this heavier area of very heavy snow here is south of us here in Loudoun. We have light to moderate snow, and it gets a little more moderate, but the real heavy stuff stays to the south. It's not a really slow-moving system, but it is prolonged, which means that, down here, they're getting a lot of snow somewhere, according to GFS, and even the European to an extent, but not quite as prolific of snow as this one. You're going to see some snow showers and stuff sticking around as we go into Wednesday, and then as this thing starts, it shows snow here on the GFS. Don't think it's going to come true. Let me show you the European really quick. Probably fine to show you this close in only. You see that the 540 line here on this is a little bit higher. So that's something I noted. And then two, here comes the snow. Snow comes in here again by 1 or 2 tomorrow, but again, the heavier snow to the south. We do get into light to moderate snow. It's not like heavy ever. Here's the heavy snow band well south of here in Loudoun. It's also drier looking than the GFS, the American model. And then it does snow and kind of prolong the snow, but then we go into a sleet situation later on Wednesday, and then it goes over to rain fairly quickly. I mean, maybe a few hours of some sleet and rain mix, maybe some freezing rain. We'll have to see. It's pretty long icing there, but then ultimately it gets warm enough for it to change over to just plain rain, and then it moves on out. So, how much precipitation is going to be? Okay, so this is about the time that the snow has moved on out of here, and you see that the European model, this is the European model I'm showing you here now. Sorry that it's kind of shifted south. This is the European model here, so the ECWMF shows. You see that heavier band of snow is to the south of us. We are still in about a 3 to maybe as much as 6 inch, if we're lucky, 3 to 5 inch range. Remember, it's over a pretty long period of time. Our winter storm criteria is like 5 inches of snow within a 12-hour period, so that's kind of pushing it there. That's why I'm curious of why they're holding off. I still think they'll upgrade to warning and not too distant future here. I said the GFS was a lot wetter, and I wasn't kidding. Here, they've got a 6 to 7 inch snow here. Look how heavy Central Virginia is here with the snow near Fredericksburg, with a foot to a foot and almost a foot and a half. Well, probably not a foot and a half, but I mean a lot of snow down here. I don't think this is right. I think it's overdone. And I would not be surprised if this thing is, by the way, in general forecasted too far south. But I think going south of us is pretty locked in. And one more model. This is the NAM, which is the North American model, and it is short term and highly more dense on its granularity of where it thinks snow is going to fall. And it, too, is like a 5 to 6, 7 inch type system. Because it's happening during the day for part of it, and everything else, I think, I'm going to feel comfortable with a 3 to 6 inch call, with some people probably in the southern part seeing close to 6 to 7. So that's kind of what I'm going for. This is as rudimentary as you can get. So, I mean, you see, I'm kind of saying the heaviest snow will be south of most of the area. And then down here, maybe we get to 4 to 7. I do arc it up here because the mountains will help, I think, with a little bit of accumulation. Just a little bit higher ratio on the snow, so 4 inches seems a little more likely. 3 to 6 seems like a safe bet. 3 being much more likely in the northern part versus the 6 being in the middle part. And I think this does bring us to winter storm criteria. So we probably will see a winter storm warning. Now, if the follow-up wave does bring in some snow, maybe we pile a little bit on top of this to make it even a more prolific type of a snow event. But I think kind of that at this point is too far off. And so that's my thoughts. I'll try to rate them up as well, but you get this early, it's going to reflect that on my post. And I'm not going to go beyond this. Have a good afternoon, good day, whatever time you watch this. Happy Monday, and we'll hope that this week should be kind of a messy one in a way. Starts off snowing and nice, but it's going to be rainy later. Have a good one.